Welcome back everybody to the Irish Furian. I am the Irish Furian. Okay, so I know my last couple of videos have been divisive between peoples of particular mindset. Maybe this is rubbing off my chin. We'll just pull it down a bit. And so that mindset is one that's created within the particular narrative and time that we're living in. We are living in cultural Marxist times, which is the push for equality, inclusivity and diversity. All right? So that is the religion that we're now living in at the moment. So everything must be equal, you know? So women are equal to men, gays are equal to homosexuals, what's the other thing? Children are equal to adults, people of color, so anything other than white is equal to white. Of course, both corporate designations, white and black, have no real meaning because, I'll just try and get this to sit in there, because, oh, that doesn't come off. So, I think I fixed the audio as well. It was set to the wrong setting, the wrong microphone. So that hopefully now you're getting a warmer, clearer sound of my voice as opposed to the river and all the rest of it. So I'm doing things for a reason, I'm saying things for a reason, not to be hateful, not to be hurtful. Of course, we know most of this, the faux hate and the faux hurt is basically political manipulation, which is another topic I'm going to get onto straight after this video. So one of the issues that European peoples, Europeans, British, or Europeans, English and Irish people have had for a while now is their dismantling of their identity within their own lands. So they don't have a collective identity. And this is one of the biggest problems we have as a people. So once they dismantled us as Catholics, Catholic Irish, we then lost our identity as a people, you know, because that was our collective identity. So that was the first thing to go. That was the first thing they dismantled. So that's the first thing that had to be dismantled. So so it's collective. One of the strengths we don't have as a people is collectivization. I would, like, if you really want to see collective identity, I suggest to you go onto a YouTube channel called Shiazoli, Shiezoli, okay? And what you'll see is an entire auditorium, an entire stadium full of Jews, all dressed in their, I think they're Hasidic, if not rabbinic, I think Hasidic, dressed in their light white shirts, their white shirts and their dark blue pants or black pants, I'm not sure which. And then there's next level up, the rebbes, you know, where you see them like dressed with the long beards. There's one guy there in his 80s, long white beard, big fucking all sorts licorice hat, you know. You see a few different grades and levels of rabbis dancing in Shiazoli on that thing. But what you notice, the one thing you will notice is that they all have a collective identity. They all wear a uniform, so they have a collective identity. This is what we don't have. This is why we don't have that strength. This is why we have mass immigration flooding into our countries, where we have been told that we are made up of Irish, we are made up of Normans, English, Celts, Gaels, Vikings, and say, so because of that we have no right to who we are. Well, that's who we are. You understand? It's like they broke down our identity to the people who don't think critically and went, oh, sure, we can't say anything about anybody coming in here of different ethnicities because different ethnicities have always come in here. No, well, different ethnicities came in here under violent invasions. They didn't come in here in the hundreds of thousands in 1 or 2 years, we say, from every country on the planet. You know, that's a completely different situation. And to say that the Irish are not a people, an ethnic race or people, because they're made up of Vikings, Normans, blah, 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 blah. Well, Congolese are not made up of those things. Congolese peoples are not made up of Vikings. They're not made up of Normans. They're not made up of Celts, Gaels, blah, 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 English. Okay, who else? Well, looks like the rest of the world doesn't have that combination. So you wouldn't go to a Pakistani and say, well, the tribe, the Ingu tribe or whatever, the Urdu tribe up in the hills, that's part of your ethnic heritage. Oh, sure, you're not a people because you're made up of all these different... You wouldn't say that. You would say, they are who they are right now in this timeline, same as Irish people are. That's who we are right now. We don't live across a timeline. We're not multidimensional creatures. We are living in the here and now, and as we are now, we are Irish. Okay? So, that said, I'm making a point of how our identity, collective identity, has been dismantled and taken from us, right? So it's the thing that we need to get back to understanding, even though the youth, the younger ones now who are being ideologically indoctrinated in schools and colleges to say that we have no right to our identity, that we are oppressors, Marxists, to people of colour. So it's basically every single shade of colour against white people. And of course, we all know who white people are. They are the Irish, the English and the Europeans. So why is that? Why is it all aimed at us? Well, it's neo-colonisation. They want to colonise our countries with all these other peoples. So there really needs to be a collectivisation, a strong sacrificing of the individual for the collective. And one of these I was thinking was, we say, you know, when a woman, like, so when we were Christians, and Christians believe that a woman has no right to terminate her pregnancy before the point of birth, okay? They don't believe that. So what is going on there, right? Well, women now have been told and have been indoctrinated to believe that it is their right to take out of their bodies the growing and living, soon-to-be human being. So what is that? That's based in individual understanding. It is not in favour of the group. It is not in favour of the collective. It is in favour of the individual. So you see how something like Christianity or Islam defines the group as being first and more important than the individual. So that is a choice we have to make as a people going forward, in that, which is more important, the individual in its narcissism and its individualistic understanding of itself, or is it giving up to experience pain in long-term benefit for the group? And one of the things I was thinking about was birth. That women who believe they are at the centre of the universe and have the right to murder the unborn in their bellies, in their wombs, say, is an individualistic, narcissistic understanding. It is not in favour of the group. The group, to leave the fetus come to its understood conclusion in its stillbornness is a sacrifice of understanding that it is more than her individuality. It is more than her alone. It is a sacrifice for the understanding that life, that as the being exits from the female body, that is the agreed and shared upon understanding of the group. You understand? So that's one thing. Now I'm going to go on to the next video. I'm going to end it there and I'm going to come back. It's getting dark really quick, actually. Didn't bring my coffee out tonight, so so you must think about these things. It's important.